cannon fodder towards the end of the round. So I think it can be played. I think it can work, but it's a niche that needs to be fulfilled by Sugar Zero. Whereas on the other side, well, I think this is a composition that we love to see from DRX, especially stacks on a breach. I see that, and I'm already excited for the game.
Yeah, and you see DRX, they're picking up the pace massively, looking in towards this A site. They've used their utility to clear it out, but Zeta have played retake, having pushed up through C long with 2 players and had that early flank started. They're happy enough to play back into this site later on, so that's going to leave DRX in a little bit of an awkward position, but they know that the flank is coming through thanks to that turret.
Already. You can see them attempting to try and clear some of the angles with the Tiger. Well, at least spot out a couple of different positions, but time is already ticking. They are managing to at least isolate MaKo, so that's 1 player down already. But again, a lot of time has already gone, and the Flash is trying to clear out this position, not really doing their job. Again, a trade going to come back. Laz in the favor, and he's found another couple. In fact, they're trying to stick this defuse, and Laz is doing everything. A third for him, just 1 man standing. It's already hard, so he still has a chance, and he should be able to get this defuse comfortably in the end. It will be the round going the way of Zeta, and well, this man has kicked off with a bang.
That's what you want. But yeah, DRX, you know, they dominated map 1, and what do we say about confident teams when you lose the pistol? Hey, take that force buy.
Oh, well, they just instantly denied that space. They're just like, no, you can't have short. We're going to aftershock it straight away. Force back those aggressive positions, and already dashing their way into the site. They managed to get an awful lot of control here. In fact, they've just dominated these early battles. The swing through from Crow's just on his own. The rest of his teammates already dead, and, well, who was it who won the pistol? I've forgotten.
Yeah, it was Zeta, wasn't it? This is a little bit shaky. Oh, God, they're not going to kill
But
yet.
Laz is now going to get 5 kills after getting 4 in the last round.
Yeah, well, the turret's going to see him coming, and now we look towards MaKo, the player who was dominating on the previous map. And, you know, Kukuka brought it up in the pre-show that MaKo's been feeling a lot more free. That's what we heard from Stax, and she theorized that's going to be fantastic if you move away from that Astra. You move towards that Omen, you can get a lot done. And well, they certainly have gotten a lot done here.
Prime gaming flawless match.
Prime
in general is that you have 2 Sentinel players who actually come up with like 240, 250 ACS across the board. That's rare. The fact is, though, you need to see some of the other players step up. Like, this man has clearly proven that the land setting doesn't affect him. So far, the rest of the team have been incredibly quiet, even in the last map.
That's the reality that I think Zeta are realizing all too quickly. You know, moving into this round, they take the eco. It's not one that we expect to see anything from them, but I do like the setup that they've got. You know, with Crow holding a flash, ready to pop it, allowing Depp to swing around with a shorty and maybe kill 1 or 2 players. Right. But this all relies on DRX walking into these kind of setups. And we've seen time and time again, they've been very cautious versus anti-ecos. On Icebox, they were playing super slow. But what that means is eventually you have to gamble. Oh, but Zeta have moved first. And they've been spotted.
I don't necessarily mind the idea if he didn't have shorty.
Yeah, that's... Laz was with him.
I guess maybe they expected them to be a little bit further down. But then you're almost... Okay. I didn't expect them to even get a kill, but you're almost gambling on DRX being overly, like, aggressive, and that's very unlikely. 2 kills in this round, though, probably from the 2 players they didn't expect to, considering...
2-1 with a full buy at pretty much no cost, as if RB wanted to run the Bladestorm, but he doesn't. He's going to keep it in back pocket. And then they have Rolling Thunder to help them initiate even further. And they've spotted Depp in the corner. He's got to burn his dash to get out of there.
Yeah, it's needed. You just see him, 2 shotguns already thrown into that corner before he even moved. But straight away, the ultimate stand up will give them the space. This is a rinse and repeat, A-site execution again and again, and it is so clean in the manner in which they do it. There is not a spot that goes unchecked when DRX enter a site, and now, well, with a lockdown in hand, they're going to try the retake.
Yeah, they're going to try, but there you go. That's the problem with running this. You know, the lockdown's just not going to get you the space it used to, and Buzz is tearing them to shreds. 3 quick kills for this guy. And Laz and Crow, well, they're thinking about going somewhere else. I mean, this round is not theirs. They're not getting back into that site. 3-1 is what we're looking at. And then I almost ask myself, you know, you look at Zeta, what are they going to do for the next round? I think Depp might have his Bladestorm online. Not 100% sure on that. But short of that, they're going to have to play another very low buy on most of the players.
And the worry was that, again, hate to bring it up, Depp has done very little so much in this match. Like, like his Bladestorm didn't really have any impact in the last one. Like, there was a round or two where he was sort of like making a bit of space, but it's almost too easy. But
jeez.
Yeah. Now again, we're gonna get ourselves. Oh no, it's not online. The Bladestorm a couple of ways.
Yeah, well,
so
okay.
they'll have to try and fight for the orbs, and actually we're gonna see the lockdown put into play.
That's interesting because you can't really counter that where it is with the breach, but I mean breach wasn't.
Are they just trying to force them into the back of the site? Is that the only goal? They haven't
pistols.
cleared the corner. They have not cleared the corner. There's still a player sitting there, and that's going to be Jett who's found a rifle. I am not sure this was meant to be the way that they got into this site, but this is the thing. Like, they left something completely unchecked. That was a mistake from DRX.
The situation, they couldn't react in time and take advantage of those small gaps that DRX left. So we go 4-1 again, and the pace of DRX, the pace setting, the conditioning that's coming through that Bala highlighted we would see, and we certainly have. This is why I was worried when I saw that ZETA were starting on the defensive side every map, because it's just, I really wanted to see them be able to dictate the pace, and instead, well,
Spike planted.
Oh,
they're not able to do much.
Yeah, they've still left players lurking behind as well. They had their flank firmly watched, and they've got to try and get into position here. Now, you've already seen that they managed to at least tap the spike, because Zest gets a freebie, but it's only a trade on what has already come through as the remaining players look to make their way back in towards this site, but they are just playing with that afterplant utility, just consistently throwing it in. They even have lineups all the way back towards the spawn, just to make sure that they can't tap it, and he's activating it as they fall, so the players take damage. It's just filthy, but the trades are coming back through! Monster, what? Oh my god, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
They do it coming into next. That's a Judge, that's a Bucky. What are we doing, Sugar Zero? Make your mind up. Okay, it's gone for the Stinger.
He settled on my least favorite.
Yeah, he could have RNG'd anything else and I'd be behind it. Let's see if he can make it work.
Look at the initial setup at the moment from ZETA, though. They have 4 players on A because of that conditioning, because of what we've seen earlier in the map of just this hit A, again and again and again. So you're like, okay, we have to risk it. Where are we going to go? A. Well, at the moment, at least, it's just a default hold, and even leaning on the other side of the map, which, if you've noted, is clear.
And it's actually getting even more clear because Crow was around this area. He was sort of playing around the seaside, checking it every so often. He's now pulled back to a full retake, playing all the way back in the spawn. They've got a turret covering the B mid push, but
going back though.
Yeah, ZETA was still heavy. They were still heavy gambling on the A play. I'm starting to see Sugar Zero move out, but he's come back into play. Okay, this is good. They know exactly what's going down. ZETA just need to follow up with the frags, but that's where the problems are with these weapons.
Okay. All right. Decent start for RB. They've actually got aggressive themselves, swinging back off of the utility used. And, well,
that wasn't pleasant.
Again, like, you've used a Rolling Thunder, you've got the perfect... Even rounds that have come close, there's been someone there to clutch them out, and well, that makes them a devastating team to play.
Well, you know what, Tom? They found the USB slot. We're ready to jump back on into the game. Could be USB-C, you never know. The technology these days. Got a little operator push coming out of depth, and there's the opening, and it's Buzz taken down. Huge player to take down early round, but the spike's on A.
Damn.
Wow.
That's unusual. I guess they've gone for the full-on retake, maybe expecting that Laz could be getting closer to that lockdown again, although we saw how valuable that was the last time it was actually used. And, well, the retakes so far on this map have achieved very, very little, almost hoping for a little bit of luck with the spam through, and now trying to set back up into the site.
No, you're not going to push that. No, you're not. Blinds in. They're still holding that Rolling Thunder, waiting for these players to make some noise, start to move forward. Here's the Rolling Thunder. Now they know that they're close, and that's where RB is going to follow up, but the operator gets him. He couldn't even have scoped. I don't know how he's gotten away with that. The stun comes through. Out goes one. Stax, though, he's caught in the open. MaKo's there to save the day, spraying away. This is unbelievable. It seems like so many engagements. Please, I think I've grown out of that now.
You've grown?
Okay, all right, Tom. We're at 7-1, and look, ZETA, it ain't been going too well. I think you can all tell that, but it's 7. Oh god, it's 7 in a row for DRX. The pistol was found by ZETA, and since then, there's been nothing to write home about.
This almost looks like Laz trying to put the world on his back. Like, he just ran down mid trying to fight them. It's like, I'll do it myself! And, yeah, no surprise, this early default has caught basically all of it. Dep. Well, Oh, I thought he'd at least get that one. 5 HP, but not going to be happening. An 8-1 DRX utterly dominating
out the group. Now, I'm sure there's some EMEA bias out there, but even I had to say that DRX, coming into this event, they look better than Fnatic on the basis that they have 5 players. So realistically...
Just wait for the Hibernator. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. You think I'm rooting against Fearoth by choice? But the reality is, DRX, you know, we've heard that they're coming in on better form than ever. A lot of people have them top in the group and going through easily to playoffs and so on. If that's going to be a reality, this is the performance we need. Because, yeah, if they struggle up against Zeta, I don't think that they're going to do well against the...
How did he not get killed? And TENN's fallen as well. They had an aggressive 3-man stack into A. Wow. RB dashed into his crosshair and had enough time to still kill him.
Zeta just don't know what's going on the DRX side. And I think we saw in the previous round, they tried the aggression with pistols for information gain. They want to figure out how are they playing in those first couple, like in the first minute or so. And they realize, okay, these guys are stacking, but there were a lot of players outside of mid. So maybe we push a B this time and can catch them off guard, thinking that they give up that control and fight for it later maybe. But they walk straight into them, get destroyed, miss a lot of the shots. We had a headshot on Buzz and MaKo, but it was through the wall, so it didn't quite matter. And it's really, I feel like Zeta, they're struggling to adapt. They're certainly a little bit slower to adapt than what we've seen from DRX, but you just cannot have this ability for DRX to whitewash the site. They are just coming in and destroying it, and they make it look effortless.
Yeah, basically. And there hasn't been a lot of utility stopping them. A lot of this time, the A site has just been where aggression is attempted. And you can see now they're just trying to kill off these remaining players. Laz, at least, looking like he's going to get to keep his life, but...
Pulse it, they got him running back.
Yep.
It's, really, everything's working out for DRX. It's like, you know, sometimes you just throw it at the wall and see what sticks, and for DRX, just nothing's falling off, man. Every attempt they have, they lost the pistol, they force bought, and then wasn't it flawless? Second round?
Yeah. It was.
You just can't have that. And it's been A rushes again and again and again that work out for them, but they're content in playing these super slow rounds. And the reality is they haven't faced any sort of a problem, really. When Zeta push, they catch them on the pushes. When they wait for last minute and rush into them, they still manage to win and seize the space and take the duels.
I also don't think they're really showing any of their playbook for other teams. Like, they're just holding a default for the majority of rounds. Sure, they'll pick up the pace a little bit every once in a while. Now, this is a change I was actually thinking of. Is like, okay, Laz has actually still been able to do some damage. What can he do on the other side? Again, we're going to see this lockdown pushed into play to basically just remove all of those aggressive positions. Like, cut out anybody that can be pushing. Krothos actually managed to kill Zest. Was he in a drone? That's the only thing I can think of. He must have been in a drone or something that he's managed to go down to the aftershock. And, well, Laz has managed to at least hold the site for a second, but the trade's come in again.
He's still alive. I mean, this is once again just unbelievable. Buzz is able to find another, and then the turret goes down. They know there's a player up close. Now, Buzz is probably going down to that, sure. But in the meantime, MaKo seizes control, takes down Sugar Zero, and it's left onto TENN yet again. No flash to play with here, no utility whatsoever. He has to win this off aim duels. He's got MaKo and RB on the other side, too. Absolutely huge players to take down, and a spike to defuse. And that time is certainly not on his side. We need these shots to connect so quickly, and it's MaKo to close that one 10-1. The judge, anything like that, a low buy? No, not a chance. Double operator setup for DRX. Of course, it's the last round, so they've got plenty to back them up. Blade Storms have plenty, rifles on the floor to pick back up, and while a Blade Storm from depth doesn't land, a stun is good. Flash return to try and deter any further aggression. But it looks like DRX still want to fight for this. You know, these guys, they'll give up control for a second or two, but they'll fight you for it afterwards. And if Zeta keep on pushing forward, as we've seen the patience of DRX in the past, then they're going to run right into this operator. Ooh. Looks like DRX want to take the space back already.
Yeah, they've done an incredible job at it. This aggressive position might be something that puts a spanner in the works, but there needs to be a clear. The flash is going to give them information. Doesn't actually catch that close player, and it's whether or not they get itchy feet. The stun is so perfect, and even while dancing, does RB not take? I don't think it's got points of damage. Instead, there will be the Rolling Thunder to at least, well, stun them up a little bit as they look to come through. RB has still managed to find the kills. He still found the
stunned up, running through smokes. Doesn't matter.
He did
Not for this guy.
I don't think. Oh dear.
Little ace needed for Laz. You know, the only round they won, he got 4 kills. There's 2 already. Shock dart right on him, though. Oh, another coming through.
God, just pop the lockdown.
Why not? Well, you got to now, don't you? Like 10 seconds. That'll push them back to long. But you can't try to stick this with 20 HP.
And look at their after plan. They weren't even playing this after plan. They waited for him to use the lockdown and then had it as a backup plan. This whole half from DRX has been absolutely grotesque, and it looks like
down, going on the attack side at least, but that didn't really help when it came to Icebox. And the only round they've got so far is the pistol. For Zeta, they've got to be feeling down in the dumps.
11 rounds in a row.
Not great.
Oh dear. Well, it's a fast take at least. They're going to get themselves in on towards that B site, and there's a fast push coming in behind, although there is utility to at least give them that information and deny them a little bit of extra space. So the info will be there for Zeta.
I mean, DRX are taking this one nice and slow, thanks to the flank that they've got coming through, but it's being caught by Zeta. Spotted, I should say, not quite caught, because DRX are running free, taking every single kill as Crow is left alone. Headshots connected, but not enough. He needed a 4K to get away with that one. A familiar story for Zeta as they go down 12-1. Well, this really is a nightmare for the Japanese team.
Yeah, they cleared out all of the off.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, Tom. Wouldn't be much point in playing the eco here. Rolling on into what could be the last round. 12-11 down. They've lost 12 in a row. Let's see if it can be the lucky number 13. Zeta wanting to move in through Garage, and the stun is on point. They return their own, but there's a nano swarm on the floor. Oh, no!
Oh, thank God. He hit the last one, it's fine. Moving
It's
on.
all okay.
And Sugar Zero's got another. It might be that redemption story beginning, Mitch.
Oh, let's
as they have
hope
got
so.
themselves a 3v2, but RB and Zest still got a trusty Bulldog in play. Been spotted at least. The information is there. The flank, however, has not been seen just yet, and Laz is actually low.
Last player standing.
This is a little bit better at least. Sugar Zero will take just the one shot to the body, but Crow's got a little bit more to work with. That shorty is in his hand, RB. What are you doing? He's managed to go. Oh my God, RB!
Oh, no.
If he got both there, I would have walked down and thrown him off the stage myself.
And the other thing as well is they're now going to fully invest back into this one. On the other side of things, the DRX literally have nothing other than the piece of utility, but for the most part, you're not going to want to use those.
And they're going to try a familiar strategy. That's C-long push, run down, try to catch a few of these players off guard, but Zeta have taken a leaf out of DRX's playbook, taking it nice and slow, holding the default for the aggression. And that has yielded them a 3rd round by the looks of things. Stax, the final man standing. It doesn't look like he has all too much opportunity. In fact, they've even heard him. Laz just caught that sound cue.
Spike planted.
Well, just going on around the world, they definitely know where he is, so the subtlety of his rotation it is not quite subtle as maybe he thought. So it will be a 3rd round on the board for Zeta. Of course, the reason that was such a hard...
Sorry, TENN, why do you have a Spectre? 10? 10. 10. It's 12-3? 10? 10, are you trolling, bro? What's going on here? We're going to have a Blade Storm soon and ever... Okay, well, I'm just going to ignore that one. I suppose I'm not. Just spent a while on it.
No.
12-3. DRX, they've got a full buy. They got the operator. As you said, Blade Storm will be online. Maybe next round for RB if he needs a bit of money. Maybe this one if he needs a backup. And certainly with the confidence they've got in their back pocket, you would not be surprised to see them stepping it up. The attack side taking it very, very slowly. And these guys are... oh, okay, hold on. We've just had the turret smoked up here. But no movement afterwards from DRX. It almost looks like they're just playing with them, just toying around, using up that smoke to cause some paranoia and to use up some utility, because Zeta end up, right, they pop that flash to try and clear out mid, or they're thinking about burning even more utility to fight. In the end, though, it's going to be a straight C push up through long, and DRX are waiting for it. Stax primed and ready. Great stun. It catches most of the players. Paranoia to stop them further aggressing. Flash through. It's all just slowing them down. But now look who's in position. We've already got Buzz just tucked up there, ready to take a fight.
25 seconds left on the clock as they will begin their execution. Again, though, they just look to almost swing into some of these duels as MaKo has already managed to find a couple. It's the beginning of the end. TENN now the last man standing. Got a Spectre, ain't gonna get anything done. DRX, they have just